from Austin, Texas, weighing 160 pounds, she squats 290.
Jesus.
180. Big Mama Pump, Jordynne Grace. And everybody from Waterbury, Connecticut, the Tina sensation, Mercedes Martinez.
One of the matches that was announced in advance and got a lot of talk on social media because very similar styles, hard-hitting wrestlers to do battle here, both making their first wrestling debuts.
Now, Dave, you were talking about the training pedigree of Mercedes Martinez, being a guest coach at the Performance Center. Just crunching some numbers not too long ago, Mercedes Martinez has facilitated seminars for roughly 90 independent women wrestlers, and she hasn't even done all the Rise seminars. She's done like 3 of them.
Well, handing down her knowledge to the next generation while giving great in-ring experience to wrestlers over the years, just being her opponent inside the ring. Everyone who's faced Mercedes Martinez across the scene has grown as a professional wrestler through the experience of being in the ring with a ring general like she is. Win, lose, or draw, you learn something from being inside that ring against Mercedes. And it'll be interesting to see just what happens in this particular matchup. As far as who might pull out the victory here tonight, may have surprised some to see Priscilla Kelly pull out the win in our last matchup, but hey, anyone can get the 3 count on any given night.
Now, Dave, we're talking about Mercedes Martinez being one of the best women wrestlers in the world. Jordynne Grace certainly coming into her own, certainly putting her name in the argument for the best women wrestlers in the world. I think a lot of folks certainly know the name Tessa Blanchard. She's on basically every wrestling television program there is. And Jordynne Grace just last week on Impact on Twitch in Pursuit defeated Tessa Blanchard in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
Jordynne Grace has been competing around the world as of late as well.
Jordynne Grace, the best of my knowledge, the reigning Progress Women's Champion. Also next in line for an Impact Wrestling Knockouts title shot against reigning champion Taya Valkyrie.
And Mercedes has a collection of belts, not just the ones that I mentioned earlier, but winning belts all over the world herself. Exchanging leg sweeps here and near falls, both women to their feet. Side headlock grabbed by the Latina sensation. Sent off, avoids that attempt. Able to grab hold of the arm and send Jordynne Grace to the ropes, puts on the brakes, and Mercedes runs into the boot. Shoulder tackle takes her off her feet. A cartwheel. I think there, down to a seated position, grabs hold of the arms, but rolling all the way through back to her feet, and taken down again by Jordynne Grace.
I think what a lot of people might not be expecting from Jordynne Grace, the athleticism, the coordination, because we know she's a powerlifter. I mean, you can take a look at her physique and just her strength and know that she is a really...
It's not just power wrestling that you see out of her. She's a complete package. So he's back inside and again taken off her feet. Try as she might, every time she collides with Jordynne Grace, Mercedes has gone down.
Jordynne Grace, an array of power moves in her arsenal. We've seen her win matches with power bombs, pump handle drivers. Got her up now, fireman carry. And what they say she squatted 290?
Crazy. Off the ropes comes Mercedes this time and connects with that right to the side of the head. And now, suplex, holding on.
Oh no. Coming up, maybe Dose? No, that was going to be
Northern Lights.
Thought Mercedes might have been thinking Tres Amigas, but goes in for one suplex and a Northern Lights. Mercedes now. This is where Mercedes can perhaps be her most dangerous. We see in terms of overall cardio conditioning, Jordynne clearly trying to find her wits. Mercedes calm. collected. Mercedes not that long ago breaking her own record, the longest match in women's wrestling history, 75 minutes bell to bell, and was doing jumping jacks.
And said she's ready to go another 75 afterwards.
Like that's not cardio, that's scary.
Yes, it is. She is, without a doubt, at this point in her career, at the top of her game, regardless of, she's had a lot of injuries over the years, and she took off the necessary time to let those injuries heal and came back an even better wrestler than before. And right there, I shouldn't have said that, I jinxed her. Her shoulder just collided with that ring post.
Though it was not said at the time, Mercedes Martinez has disclosed in hindsight her time away from the ring largely due to tending to those shoulder injuries. And Jordynne capitalizing, smokes her in the corner. In a position you don't see often, the Latina sensation needs to be on the run, and she just barely escapes out the front door.
Got out of harm's way at the last split second to save herself from being crushed by that splash attempt. And able to kick Jordynne Grace down. And a big clothesline. Cover.
Is this going to be enough? No.
Yeah, Mercedes, I believe 2 shoulder surgeries over the years.
At least 2.
That has always been the nagging injury. But, she took about 2 years off, 3 years maybe, from professional wrestling. Got in 100% condition to come back, and came back she did, winning the Shimmer Championship, making headlines everywhere, and being a fantastic wrestler, being noticed by all of the top promotions in the world, including WWE.
And now maybe it's time for his counting along. We've had uno, here comes dos, but not tres.
Jordynne Grace turns the tables on Mercedes right there and suplexes herself.
Solamente dos amigas.
Yes.
Now both women down. And this is where Mercedes, she may be down, but she also knows where she is in that ring. Jordynne, this is where I think the experienced man has got to come to Martinez, but at the end of the day, who is the one who will get to their feet? Who is the one who can capitalize on that split-second advantage? Because that's what it's going to take at this phase of the match.
We've seen some fantastic wrestling so far. Oh, getting aggressive right there. Big body slam from Jordynne Grace. Mercedes is just back up. Forearm connects. Another big slam.
We talked about that power move arsenal and what it may be one of the most basic wrestling lifts and slams. A crotch and Nelson lift, known more commonly as just a straight-up body slam. And planting Mercedes in the mat now for a third time.
She avoids it. Off the ropes comes Martinez. Caught! Oh, right on her head! Ooh, only 2, like a Michinoku driver, but didn't have her down for a 3 count. Jordynne Grace thought she had it right there. These fans here in the Twin Cities seeing some fantastic pro wrestling here tonight, male or female. And this match is no different. A hard-hitting war between these two. It's Wrestlicious, baby, right here in the Twin Cities.
Ooh, Wrestlicious.
Going for the pump handle. Mercedes with elbows to try to block Northern Lariat.
We've seen Grace do this to a number of opponents.
Both sides.
Just a chest in the back, a clubbering.
She'd be clubbing her.
Winding up now, might be scouting for a big damn lariat, I think would be its appropriate scientific name.
Winding up. Off the ropes she comes.
Wind up and not the pitch, the spine buster instead.
Cover. Ooh, barely getting that shoulder up.
At this point, was that cover even intentional by Mercedes Martinez?
She just collapsed on top of her. But Jordynne Grace with enough to get that shoulder up to continue fighting here.
What another outstanding match here at First on Fight. Here on Fight TV, and Mercedes, this is where Mercedes can get very dangerous. Her mat game, her submission game on point. Also on point, her elbow.
Yes, to the side of the head of Jordynne Grace. Trying to cut off that circulation, but Jordynne Grace trying to inch herself backwards toward those ropes to try to reach. She's got it.
And that's really where that strength conditioning, that 290-pound squat of Jordynne Grace comes into play, because she basically maneuvered her body weight and Mercedes on kind of, sort of half of one leg.
The O'Connor roll. She's got it. Mercedes, though, right. She's going to choke her out here. Jordynne Grace right in the middle of the ring.
Does she have the hooks in?
Will she be forced to tap her? Maybe she'd even pass out in this hold, cutting off that circulation.
Full body scissor. Mercedes, her grips at this point, both wrestlers just let's call spade a spade, so sweaty. It looks like Mercedes lost her grip.
Look at the strength just picking up Mercedes Martinez and falling back. But Mercedes, back to the hold she goes. Can Jordynne Grace hang in there? She's starting to fade. Referee needs to check on her condition here. Checking the arm. No.
Not today, at
She's
least
not
not
out.
right now. Mercedes has that rear naked, well, at least rear chin lock. And again, Mercedes' grip slipping just enough.
Driving her into the turnbuckle to try to free herself from Mercedes' grasp. Snapmare. Mercedes getting back to her feet. Nobody home in the corner. Clubbing blow to the back. And elevating her.
And here comes one of those power bombs we were talking about earlier. Back of her head.
How did she kick out? She folded her in half. It was right on her head, but Mercedes kicked out.
Was it a kick out, or was it involuntary muscle response?
Covering her again. She kicked out a second time. Jordynne Grace can't believe it. Will anything put Mercedes down?
I'll say it. I'll be as bold as to say it, Dave. Anybody but Mercedes Martinez not kicking out of that power bomb.
It's unbelievable. The punishment that she has taken, and she's still surviving this match. Both of them have taken a whole lot of punishment. But Jordynne Grace
scouting for another power bomb. Maybe a pile driver.
couldn't get it though. Mercedes counters. Saito! Jordynne Grace trying to get back to her feet here. She looks like she's out on her feet. A second Saito suplex.
We didn't see the Tres Amigas, but we certainly got Dos Saitos.
Dos Saitos, that's right. And here comes Mercedes charging all the way across the ring with an knee strike. And he's maybe getting her in position for that neck breaker. She's got it.
One of the most feared maneuvers in Mercedes Martinez arsenal, that suspended neck breaker.
Not enough to put Jordynne down for the 3 count.
We've seen Martinez use that leverage from the top rope, even from guardrails to arena floors. Not enough to put Jordynne Grace away today.
Both women showing why First Wrestling selected them to be among the competitors to debut here on this show. Bringing the very best here to Minneapolis, going for the Fisherman Buster. But Jordynne Grace avoids it.
Elbow to the face, Mercedes throws the boot, no pump handle. Fighting it with everything she's got.
Oh, clever. Mercedes fights her way out of that position, gets a knee strike, going for the Fisherman Buster again. She's got her up, headset, cover.
You gotta believe that's it, Dave.
And it is. Mercedes Martinez pulls out the win, but it wasn't easy.